Ever felt like you're just trying to keep up with the Forex market, wondering where the real action is? Well, you're in the right spot. Today, we're diving deep into the New York session, those powerhouse hours where the pace is just relentless, the moves are huge, and yeah, the US dollar is king. Let's get into it. And this is more than just a cool picture. The New York session literally channels the energy of the city itself. Think about it. Just as traders in Europe are packing up, the US markets just explode to life. That whole city that never sleeps vibe? For us traders, that means one thing: raw, unfiltered market volatility. And volatility, my friends, means opportunity. So how in the world do you get a handle on this beast of a session? Well, it all starts with the numbers. Before you even think about putting a single dollar on the line, you've got to understand the raw data, the scale, the timing, and the sheer power of this market. So let's break it all down. First up, let's just talk about the sheer size of this thing. A staggering 17% of all global Forex transactions happen in these few hours. I mean, let that sink in for a second. This isn't just another session on the calendar, it's a real heavyweight champion. The amount of money moving here is so massive, it can literally set the trend for the entire trading day. Okay, so here are the hours you absolutely need to burn into your brain. The session kicks off at 8 a.m. and runs until 5 p.m. New York time. That's Eastern Standard Time. And for everyone trading from other parts of the world, that's 1300, 2200 GMT. You gotta know these times because in trading, timing isn't just a big deal, it's everything. Now this is where you can really see the personality of each currency pair. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got a total high-octane pair like GBP-JPY, which moves an average of 31 pips an hour. That's pure fuel for breakout traders. And then on the other end, you have something much calmer like EUR-USD, moving just 9 pips. See, this isn't just boring data. It's a roadmap that helps you find the perfect pair that fits your style and your risk tolerance. And remember that 17% we just talked about? You should know it's not just Wall Street making all that noise. While New York is definitely the star of the show, we're really talking about the North American session. You've got major financial hubs in Toronto and Chicago that are wide awake and kicking, pouring even more liquidity into the market and making this session the powerhouse that it is. So you might think the whole session is just one long chaotic frenzy, right? Well, not exactly. It actually has its own unique rhythm, its own ebb and flow that changes as the day goes on. Let's peel back the layers and look at the anatomy of a typical New York trading day. The day really breaks down into three main parts. First up, you've got the morning, from 8 a.m. to noon. This is where all the fireworks happen. Then you hit the lunch hour, which, yeah, is pretty much what it sounds like, a bit of a lull. And finally, you have the afternoon session, where things start to calm down and head towards the close. Now, you really need to pay attention to this morning period. This is the main event, okay? For 4 crucial hours, the two biggest financial centers on the entire planet, London and New York, are open for business at the exact same time. This overlap creates a perfect storm of liquidity and volatility. It is, without a doubt, the single most explosive period in the entire 24-hour trading cycle. If you are hunting for big moves, this is your time to shine. Okay, so we've covered the what and the when. Now it's time for the how. Let's turn all this information into a practical playbook, a set of go-to rules to help you actually navigate this session and hopefully avoid some of the common mistakes people make. All right, here are 4 rules for the New York session that are pretty much non-negotiable. 1, be on high alert in the morning. That's when the big U.S. economic news drops, and believe me, the market can flip in an instant. 2, keep an eye on the clock. The second London closes, you can expect the market's energy to drop off a cliff. 3, respect the dollar. With 85% of trades involving the greenback, it's the one driving the bus. And 4, be super careful on Friday afternoons. You get a lot of weekend profit taking, and things can get chaotic and weird. You ignore these rules at your own risk. And when I say economic data, I'm not talking about some minor update. I'm talking about the huge market-moving events like GDP reports and the legendary non-farm payroll, or NFP. The moment these numbers hit the wire, they can trigger absolute seismic shifts across the entire market, especially for any pair that has the US dollar in it. So naturally, all of this leads to the big question. With so much going on, what pairs should you actually have your eyes on during this session? The answer is actually pretty simple. Just follow the money, follow the volume. And during this session, the volume is all about the US dollar. So you're going to want to focus on the majors: EUR-USD, GBP-USD, which you'll hear called cable, USD-JPY, and of course, USD-CAD, the loonie. The golden rule here is pretty straightforward. If the USD is in the pair, it's in play. So we've gone through the what, the when, and the how. But there's one last really important piece of the puzzle, and that's you. Is trading during these intense, high-stakes hours actually the right call for your personality, for your strategy? The choice really boils down to this. If you are someone who thrives on high volatility, and if your strategy is designed to jump on big economic news, then yeah, the New York session is absolutely your playground. But if you're someone who prefers calmer markets and those sudden news-driven price spikes just throw you off your game, then you might be better off trading during the Asian or maybe the late European sessions. At the end of the day, good trading is all about finding the environment that actually works for you. Look, the New York session really is the definition of high risk, high reward. It's intense, it is demanding, and let's be honest, it's not for everybody. But like Einstein said, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. And for the trader who shows up prepared, disciplined, and who really understands the rhythm of this market, that opportunity is just immense. The only question left is, how are you going to prepare to grab it?